Welcome to the Talent Ed website. In this screencast, you will learn how to navigate the website, access the forms and tasks that you are required to complete in your evaluation cycle, and understand the workflow process. When you log into Talent Ed, you will see the incomplete tasks that you are responsible for each year. First, it is helpful to remember that in the Talent Ed system, the person being evaluated is referred to as the direct report, and the person doing the evaluation is the supervisor or evaluator. Now, let's take a quick tour of the navigation tabs. By clicking on the History tab, you will be able to view any tasks or forms that have been completed. In the future, you will be able to view your historical data by selecting prior years on the drop-down menu. Next, the Attachments tab will let you view any files that you've selected to attach to the forms you submit in your evaluation process. By clicking on your Profile tab, you'll be able to change your password, change your email preferences, and also view your supervisors. The My Folder icon functions as a home button and can help you return to your task page at any time. The Signatures icon allows you to access any forms that require an approval or signature. Finally, at the bottom of your screen, you will note the icon legend that identifies the different icons that are used in the Talent Ed system. Now, let's take a closer look at the task screen. First, you will note that you will only see forms that you're responsible for. Forms that will be completed by your administrator, such as the formal observation forms or the informal observation forms, do not appear in your task list. For example, the formal observation form for this observation cycle would be Step 5. But it is not visible to this teacher. Here, you will see the evaluation cycle to which you've been assigned. Each process has been built to reflect the required steps in the Bethel Public School evaluation plan and the specific rubric appropriate to your job type. Next, you can view any due dates that have been set by the plan or your administrator. Now that you are familiar with the screen, I will demonstrate how to access, complete, and submit a form. To begin, simply click Go to Form. When the form opens, you will see that the demographic information has already been completed by the Talent Ed system. To begin entering information into the form, simply click on the box to enter the required information. To serve as a resource, the appropriate rubrics have been embedded in the forms. When you click on the name of the rubric, it will pop up in a new window. You will be able to copy and paste from that rubric as needed. To navigate back, you will simply select the Talent Ed Perform tab at the top of your screen. As you work through the form, you will notice that questions that require a longer response, there are word processing tools available to you. You'll simply read each question and provide your response in the text box below. One of the more useful tools is the spell check. It will indicate if a word is spelled incorrectly and allow you to use your taskbars to select the correct spelling and fix it. According to our evaluation plan, all educators are required to set one SLO. However, educators have the option to set an additional SLO if they wish. This option has been built into the Talent Ed forms for those teachers who wish to set more than one SLO. As you work, Talent Ed is auto-saving your work every minute. If you're disconnected from the Wi-Fi or interrupted and unable to save, you will lose very little of your progress when you return to the form. You do not need to complete the entire form in one setting. At any time, you may select Save Progress and continue editing your form at a later time. When you've completed all of the required questions, you will see the option to include up to 3 attachments if you wish. You will also note the specific workflow steps the form will need to go through prior to completion. In this case, the goal-setting form will need to be approved by the supervisor evaluator and reviewed by the direct report or educator. When you've finished your form and you wish to submit it to your administrator, you must select Save and Submit. The administrator will not see the form or your work until you do this. When you select the button, you will get a pop-up box that will ask you if you are sure that you want to save and submit, as you will lock in your current answers and you will not be able to edit them unless your supervisor requests revision. If you are ready, you can select Yes, and you will get a screen indicating success and return to the main task menu. Forms that have been completed or accepted by your evaluator and require action by you will be indicated with the red icon on the Signature tab, as well as an email indicating action is needed. Simply click on the tab and you will see which forms require action on your part. Click on View and Sign. And once the form is open, you will see an icon that would allow you to print that form if you wish. After reviewing the form, check the box that indicates that you have read the e-signature statement, type your name in the box, and select Submit. You will note that on every form, evaluators and educators have the opportunity to add comments in the workflow process. These comments will stay with the documents. So now we've gone through how to access and fill out and submit a form. There's a few final notes about how we use Talent Ed in Bethel that I want to share with you. First, in order to reflect the key principles of our evaluation plan, administrators will be using the Form Share feature in Talent Ed to share forms with educators prior to reflection meetings. This is indicated by the icon you see here. The educator can select Go to Form to view the administrator's feedback prior to the meeting. They are in view-only mode and unable to edit the form. At the reflection meeting, the administrator and the teacher will review the evidence and collaboratively determine the rating for their performance. Another thing to notice is when working on your mid-year and end-of-year documents, you will see the data and responses you submitted on your goal-setting form will be automatically transferred for you to review. For example, here on the mid-year form, your statement of SLO from the beginning of the year form appears. Finally, as you're working within a form, you can quickly review and access prior forms by selecting the Forms tab on the side of your screen. As the forms are completed in your observation cycle, they will begin to appear in the list. As you can see, number 2 is Formal Observation 1 Planning Conference Form. It cannot be shown until it's completed by you in your observation cycle. Once they're populated, you'll be able to view them, cut and paste, or copy and paste as needed. When you're done viewing those forms, simply click on the tab again to have it return to your form. Thank you for viewing the screencast. I hope you have found it informative and helpful.